one, tarnation!
I meant to do that.
Hey folks, this is Applegeek, and here we are once again with another episode. This is episode 3 of Season 8. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Looks like, based on the feedback I got in my last reaction, you guys enjoy my new intro, so thank you very much for all that positive feedback. And I also saw some comments about people were saying that the Wallflower Blush plushie was blue, or looked blue. That's partially accurate. I've got it here to show you a little more close-up view. The mane and tail is actually a teal-green color. Admittedly, in the show, it looked a little bit more actual green, not so much the teal. But that's the way it was made, and I was aware of that and had no problem with it, so I bought it anyway. And keep in mind too that just the lighting and the people's computer screens and the camera optics and whatever colors can shift a little bit as well. So just looking at it here, it actually looks more blue in the camera recording on my monitor than it does actually in real life. So, but yeah, still a very cool plushie, and I love it. And it's again made by NeroFledermaus, same person who made the Daybreaker, and I think I forgot to put the links there to her page and stuff in my last reaction, so I will do that here. Alright, enough about announcements. Episode 3. I know absolutely nothing about what's coming in this one, and that is a very good thing. So, I have nothing else to say other than to give it a watch. So, episode 3, starting now.
Please put your homes together for your next performer.
The heck is this? Oh! Mod! Poetry!
What do you call an alicorn with no wings and no horn?
Comedy, not poetry.
Earth pony.
Okay.
But seriously,
Pinky is that.
An Earth pony isn't so bad. We've got magic powers too, like walking around and picking stuff up with our teeth. That's sarcasm, by the way.
Yes. Pinky, not helping.
It's funny, because it's true!
It is true.
My favorite thing to listen to is classic rock. The accumulation of sediments over millennia forming to create sandstone, shale, and breccia. It sounds something like this. And that's my time.
Isn't my sister Maud the most hilarious,
Okay.
amazing comedian ever?
Sure, okay. What is this episode going to be about? Is this a mod episode? Oh! New intro! Big Mac and Sugar Bell. School, Wonderbolts, classrooms. Oh, Sassy Saddles. Aw. And a group photo. Oh, nice. Oh! King Shining and Flurry. I'm gonna have to go over that with a fine-tooth comb later. I probably missed some background stuff there. That's awesome! Finally! 8 seasons later, new intro.
You're everything!
How was my timing?
Eh.
Come on, let's celebrate
The mod
sister
couple?
style. We could get
Nick
matching
Confla.
stickers that say eyes on the pies, then show them off at the Ponyville sticker convention that I could plan for tomorrow if you want.
Actually, I'm busy tonight.
Aw, that's what you said yesterday. And the day before that. And the day before the day before that. It's just, we haven't hung out in a really long time because you always have other plans, even when you promise to build whipped cream pyramids with me.
Aww.
I know. I am sorry, Pinky. The reason is I have a...
Apology accepted. As long as we get some serious...
I wanted to know what she's been working on.
There's definitely no reason I want to hang out before your birthday. Just, not planning anything special.
Okay.
What about tomorrow morning?
Okay.
Just you and me. Best sister friends forever!
Best sister friends forever.
I can't wait for tomorrow to be today.
It's really hard to read Maud. I'm not sure what's going on with her right now.
For some fun times at Sugar
And where's Verity? Shouldn't she be involved in this now?
The answer is you. I would also accept Maud. Maud?
And Maud's not available.
Oh, I get it.
She out working in the cave somewhere? Ever the optimist. I get the feeling Pinky's gonna be in rare form this episode. Nowhere to be found. What's she doing in Yakakington? Or Yakistan? Yakakington. What? Is it the kite thing? Is she doing kites with Starlight? Or maybe not.
Where's Maud? I've already checked Discourse Dimension, Granny Smith's Wax Museum, and Yakakistan.
Wait, Granny Smith's Wax Museum?
No,
I want to see that.
it's just me reading.
Maud's not here, Pinky.
Story checks out. Or does it? It does. But are you sure there's no pony hiding in your closet?
Nope. What closet?
I don't have a closet. Is everything okay?
No. I was supposed to go birthday cake shopping with Maud today.
And ruin her surprise party?
I wasn't gonna tell her why, silly. But now I can't even find Maud. I'm usually way better at hide and seek than this.
Oh, she probably just found a new rock formation and forgot you two were gonna hang out. Tell you
Thinking
what,
Maud
take care of the cake
doesn't
and I'll
like
look
these
for
big
Maud.
elaborate celebrations.
Really? Thanks, Starlight.
Really?
Just checking. I gotta get very important ingredients for a very important pony's cake, and it's gotta be tippy-top super-duper secret.
Technically, it's not your turn yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut in front of any pony.
Well?
What you doing?
I am currently speaking to a pony at a baking supply shop 2 minutes before it closes for lunch.
But you're not
Right.
speaking.
Okay. Just that I'm trying to plan a party here, and the clock is ticking while you, what are you doing anyway?
I
Yeah.
am currently speaking to a...
I mean, can I help you move this along? What are you looking for? Rolling pins, cupcake tins, cookie cutters with tails and fins?
Goodbye.
That's what you've been standing here all this time to say?
I was deciding between goodbye and see you later.
But they're the same thing.
Technically, they're very different. See you later implies an event in the near future wherein we see each other.
This guy's like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory.
Expresses good wishes where flirting
I don't really watch that show, but I've seen enough to know that...
Yeah, same thing.
I will not apologize for speaking with precision.
In that case, apology not accepted. Goodbye, later, see you, same thing. Can you believe that guy? Huh?
And she's out for lunch.
For
Yep.
lunch? Oh, come on!
Yep.
Ugh. No Maud, no cake, no anything. And how annoying was that pony? Who takes that long to say goodbye? Or was it, see you later? Now he's got me doing
Oh.
Pinkie Pie.
I see where this is going.
it. My turn to hide.
That pony and whoever...
Sorry, I wasn't
whoever that pony is in Maud. Mhm.
What
The
are
Maud
you
couple.
apologizing to me for? I'm not upset, you silly Willy.
The reason is, I met some
Want to
pony.
hang out right now?
Yep.
I can see you're not doing anything with any pony else. Unless they're invisible or really small.
And Pinky's not gonna be okay with
The
this.
reason I've been so busy is that I have a boyfriend now.
A what?
A boyfriend.
A what?
A boyfriend.
A what?
A boyfriend.
That's so exciting! My sister in love!
Technically, we're in like...
Tell
Okay, that works.
Who is he? What's his favorite color? Does he like ice cream? If he were a bird, what kind of bird would he be? Wait.
How is that relevant?
Oh, I don't know because you haven't told me anything yet.
You'll like him. We have a lot in common.
Well, I love you, so I know I'm gonna love your boyfriend. Oh, I can't wait to meet him.
You don't have to.
Yeah. He's...
He's a rock. I love rocks, so it's perfect.
That's actually plausible, but no.
Jealous?
No,
He's behind the rock.
Behind the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Mudbriar, are you back there?
Mudbriar? Okay.
Technically, not anymore.
Yep.
Pinkie Pie?
Rejoicing and now shock and horror.
Technically, we've already met.
You?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Yes.
You?
Yes.
We get 3 times for each one of these. Okay.
You! You!
Yes.
Yes, yes, and yes.
I'm sorry. Let's start over. Hi, I'm Maud's sister, Pinkie Pie.
I know.
I think everybody knows who you are, Pinky.
How did you two meet?
Yes, indeed.
At a rock show.
Oh, you're into rocks too?
Okay.
No. I like sticks.
Then why were you at a rock
Sticks
show?
and stones.
It was a petrified wood show, which technically makes it a stick show.
Except that in the permineralization process of petrification, all organic material is replaced with silicates, i.e. rocks.
While retaining the original structural elements of wood.
Oh my word. These two are perfect for each other.
I'm really into sticks too. They're great for hitting piñatas. Huh?
Pinkie.
Oh, you want to go first?
That is stick abuse.
It is? I'm sorry. Oh, this is awful. I am not being a very good sister. Let's start over.
Nope.
I'm Pinkie Pie. Nice to meet you.
Technically, we've already met.
You should introduce Pinkie to your pet.
Can we get pet? Oh, he's got a pet stick. Yep.
Your pet likes fetch.
This is my pet, so no.
Aw, look at Twiggy and Boulder playing together.
They're adorable.
It's just a stick.
Hey,
Be rude.
how dare you?
I'm sorry. One more time. I'm Pinkie Pie. Nice to meet you.
Technically, we've already
We've
met.
already met.
I don't get this guy.
Wow.
Wow, Maud has a boyfriend?
Why do you find that so surprising?
What's so weird? He has an
Okay.
inanimate object for a pet.
So does Maud.
Boulder has 10 times the personality of some random stick. Mudbriar
Unless-
too, for that matter. He's not like Maud at all. Maud is hilarious.
So unless Boulder is a changeling, there's been that theory.
Too.
Yep, that's Maud.
But this guy is awkward, quiet, and kind of strange.
That also
That's
sounds like Maud.
also Maud.
You're so funny, Starlight. Maud is nothing like Mudbriar. If she were, then we wouldn't be best sister friends forever.
Well, Maud obviously likes something about him. Maybe you just need to spend more time with him. Find out what you have in common.
That's easy. Nothing.
You both
That's
care about Maud.
actually kind of
I
true,
know.
but
He could help
that's
you with
true.
her party.
I guess.
And
Something
all
tells
we
me he's not
want
much
is
of a
you
party
want
pony.
him and Mudbriar plan the best surprise birthday ever.
That I can do.
I think Pinky's got a little bit of like rose-colored glasses syndrome going on here. She's not.
You're not afraid of slides,
She's
are
so
you?
in love with her sister
No.
Maud that she doesn't see Maud's awkwardness and whatnot. She only sees the sister that she wants to see.
Welcome to my party planning.
Her tail looks like it's
Technically,
made.
due to the speleothems growing from the ceiling, this is more of a cavern than a cave. Taught me that.
Doesn't matter.
Here's what I'm thinking for her surprise party. Edible rock candy plates, gem-shaped ice cube, a pebble pinata. We'll skip that one.
Pebble pinata.
Might I make some suggestions?
Oh, do. Please do.
You're here. You and me. Planning together. Friends.
I have a vision board of everything Maud loves, and none of those things are on it.
Let me see this vision board.
It's not a physical thing. I'm envisioning it.
Of course.
I enter through
what?
Mind Palace and enter to the back where I have all of my books and possessions. And what do I encounter? The Maud room. None of those things are there.
Okay, this is very cool.
Just as I thought, Maud doesn't like surprises.
It's basically like Sherlock's Mind Palace, or Brain Attic, whatever version of Sherlock you watch.
It sounds like she was protecting your feelings. She's very caring that way.
Stop acting like you know my sister better than me.
Technically, I never said that.
Well, technically, I don't care. And since I've been best sister friends forever with Maud my entire life, I think I'm the expert here. Oh, but fine. If you don't believe me, let's ask her. But we have to be super sneaky.
Can you be more specific?
Right.
No!
Oh, they're doing kites. Okay. That's cool.
Huh. You must be Mudbriar. I'm Starlight Glimmer. Nice to meet you. I've heard great things. I'm so glad the two of you are spending time together. So, how's it going?
Not awkward at all.
And I have just spent the best time bonding. And we're really starting to make some headway, becoming besties, except for one teensy-weensy disagreement that maybe you could settle, Maud.
Right.
See, Mudbriar here seems to think that you don't like surprise parties. Isn't it funny how wrong he is?
I like surprise parties. Because I know they make you happy when you throw them for me.
Oh.
I'd rather just do something small with you, Starlight, Boulder, and Mudbriar for my birthday.
No party? No party? Did he put you up to this?
How am I even related to you if you don't like parties?
You should consider, I don't know, taking things a little less serious with Mudbriar because he's kinda, sorta, impossible to like!
For you, maybe.
Mudbriar, have you ever flown a kite? Let me tell you all about it. See, the first thing you should do is...
I just can't believe you would choose sitting around with him over a party with your
Is he going to be flying a kite pretty soon? He
I didn't
probably will be.
choose either of you. Technically, I said I wanted to be with both of you.
Technically? Oh, I don't like the way he
Now she sounds like him. Yep.
Everything about him makes me happy.
I guess
That
you don't
smile.
want sister friend forever anymore.
Oh, Pinky, come on.
See?
Oh, wait, let's all slow down and talk about this.
No!
Pinky, I'm sorry to say you're being a little selfish here.
I don't understand. How could Maud like Mudbriar? Is it opposite day? Nothing makes sense. I'm not shy, and I hate animals.
What the... Those eyes.
Darling.
An apple a day is downright disgusting.
Slow and steady wins the race. I never learned to read.
Well, this is trippy. Okay. Oh, we're going out to the farm. Okay.
Good morning. Oh, wait. Bad morning. Oh.
Get out of bed, sis.
Hey, Marble.
Be here, you gotta work.
Oh.
Doing a little soul searching, are you?
You're probably wondering why I came back to the family
Wait, that was
farm
limestone. Marble's the
overnight.
shy one.
Well, it all
Is
started.
Marble gonna talk?
Talking, more farming.
It's just.
The glare from Marble.
I'm not jealous. Who said anything about jealous?
Don't be. He's super
Oh, boy.
duper weird. And somehow he tricked Maud into liking him, and now I'll never get to see her again. I came home because you two know her better than any pony. What am I missing? What does she see in him? What does he have that I don't?
lie. You look as miserable as I feel all the time.
It's just that I
Why are you
love
miserable
Mud
all the
and I
time?
want to love Mudbriar, but I can't see anything to like about him.
Ugh, fine. We're taking a work break. Come on. I'm looking at a sparkling bright blue and white rock. See it?
You mean that lumpy gray one?
No, the beautiful blue and white one. Right there.
It's
would
underneath.
not describe that as beautiful blue or white, but okay.
Gonna crack it open.
It's a geode.
Nice.
The outside looks like a regular rock, but the inside is filled with beautiful gems.
So you're saying I should crack open Mudbriar?
Oh no! No!
No, wait, it doesn't.
It's a metaphor, Pinky.
Thank you. Thank you for
see Mudbriar
clarifying.
as a rock, but Maud sees him as a gem. Even if you never see past his dullness, you can see how happy he makes Maud. And to his sister, that's all that matters.
Aww. That's some really great wisdom there.
Stone marble, thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you two.
Okay. You're crushing me to gravel, Pinky.
I really owe Mudbriar an apology. I owe Maud a party. I just hope I'm not too late.
But do a party that she wants, not the kind you want. What? Okay. Alright. Big ol' log.
I brought you an olive branch to say sorry.
Literally!
And I'm ready to listen to your ideas for Maud's birthday.
That's awesome.
If you still want to plan it together.
Technically, this isn't even an olive branch. It's a quercus, most likely Castanea-folia.
Oh, come on!
Those...
And I love a good quercus. Friends,
Aww.
Now, do you have any ideas for the party?
there is one.
This guy really is perfect for Mod. Oh, hey, Spike. All the main 6. Aww. What? Wait, what are the... So... Oh, so they got 2 separate parties.
This is
Oh!
my favorite party ever.
It was all your amazing boyfriend's idea. He said
That's
the best present was
perfect.
throwing you a surprise party you didn't have to go to.
Technically, it wasn't a surprise because she could see the pre-party preparations from up here.
Dude,
Technically,
it doesn't matter.
right.
Technically, it doesn't matter. Hey, who voiced this guy? Let's see if I can catch it here. Ah, I missed it. Oh, well. I did not expect a mod episode right out of the gate. Huh. But I'm glad that we're not just letting that kind of, letting her disappear into the background. I mean, she is a really cool pony. I like that she's getting some time in the spotlight. And, hey, I'm very happy that she's found somebody that she really likes. So, hold on. I just want to find that voice. Okay. Adam Kirshner. Okay. I'll have to look him up. Not sure who that is. But anyway, very good episode. Very good message in this, for sure. But as always, I do need some time to let this sink in, collect my thoughts, and chat with some friends. So stay tuned, and I will be right back with my thoughts on this. Later. So, Mod's trying stand-up comedy. Didn't work so well. gotta be honest. It just felt much too forced, and just the timing didn't work and whatever. And it's really not that surprising, and really not that big of a deal either. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who they're no good at like actual staged comedy stuff, but yet just in their natural responses to the environment around them, interactions with others and stuff, they have this wit that allows him to just throw out snarky one-liners and stuff, and it can be really funny in natural settings like that. And that's more the way that Maude is, and that's great. But I do like the fact that she's actually getting out and trying those new things, though. Like, Maude definitely strikes me as the type of individual who is, doesn't really like to get up and perform in front of others. She likes to, or tends to want to be by herself, studying her rocks or whatever, just hanging out with some of her closest friends and family. It probably isn't much of one for large gatherings. It's kind of outside her comfort zone. So for her to actually get up on stage in a spotlight in front of all those other ponies and try and do a comedy routine, I feel like that's really a big step forward for her. That it's like another kind of a baby step. As we're seeing her character progress. It's like before she just wanted to live alone, then she took a chance by moving to Ponyville, and then she found a friend in Starlight. Is getting into kites and whatever, and has probably been growing some other friendships over time. And now is finding a romantic interest, trying comedy. Very slowly she's getting out of her shell and growing, and that's awesome to see. So very good progression of her character throughout these seasons. But yes, Mudbriar. Technically, he's kind of a jerk. But not, like, intentionally. Like, it's hard to describe this guy. I mean, yeah, he was very annoying at first just because of the way that he is. I mean, obviously he was written to be that annoying like that for the purpose of creating the problem in the story. So I get that. But, it's not like he was trying to be a jerk or trying to annoy anyone else. He's more just like his thought processes are very like I don't even know how to describe it, just very literal and somewhat logical, and it's more just like dry robotic type thought processes and stuff. Is not really is very literal, doesn't really have much along the lines of imagination, it looks like. Doesn't respond with much emotion to hardly anything, based on what we've seen so far. And, just not all that great at social interactions as a result. I mean, you had Pinky there, yelling right to his face that he's, like, completely unlikable, and he's just standing there with, like, this blank look on his face, like he didn't care, So, I mean, there's just not much emotion there. But then again, you could say the same of Maude. I mean, again, there's a lot of similarities between the two, and which is why they're so perfect for each other. So, definitely an interesting character. The name, too, I was going to say that the name Mudbriar, I don't know if they came up with the personality or the name first, but perfect name. Briar, plant with thorny stems, kind of prickly, or, a figurative definition I found is anything sharp or unpleasant to the feelings. Well, that was definitely true for Pinky. And his cutie mark was literally a stick in the mud. And a stick in the mud is a person who is dull and unadventurous. Again, fits pretty well. So, definitely an interesting individual. Not sure if he was a one-and-done character, or if we'll see him again in the future. If he is going to be a continued romantic interest of Maude, I definitely would like to know a little bit more about him, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, it comes to Pinky. That's who I need to spend the most time on here, because really this was a Pinky episode. I mean, it was largely focused around Maude, but it was Pinky's lesson to learn. Things got off on the wrong foot right from the start, because he was taking up all the time at this baking supply shop. And, really starting to get a lot of new settings around Ponyville, aren't we? The baking shop, the comedy club. I'm starting to realize Ponyville is a lot bigger than I thought it was, so that's interesting. But, he took all the time up, and then the sales pony left, so Pinky wasn't able to buy her supplies, which looked like was going to put her party planning in jeopardy for the surprise party for Maude. And, so she was frustrated over that. Then she finds out that he's Maude's boyfriend. And, to her credit, she was very happy at first that Maud had found a boyfriend and wanted to know everything about him, wanted to share in the joy. Then she finds out it's this guy. Like, okay, cue super awkwardness because, she just had this bad interaction with him. But then she tried to get past the awkwardness and, do the introductions and ask, where he was from and blah, blah, blah. And his very dry and literal responses to stuff was just not doing anything to help the situation. Well, then, of course, she finds out that Maud is, all the time that she's been wanting to spend with Maud, but Maud has always been busy, is because she was spending time with this guy, and that's not sitting well with Pinky. And as the episode progresses, she just finds, she's already got this tainted view of him because of the first impression, and she just, and she's also got this kind of warped perception of the way that her sister is that doesn't really match with reality. And because she sees Maud as a completely different person practically from who she really is, she couldn't see that there was any commonality between these two whatsoever. And so, she's seeing this completely, horrible, unlikable pony that now she feels like is tricking her sister and like stealing her away from Pinky. And it just, the thing is just escalating out of control, basically, because Pinky is just getting madder and madder at everything about this and couldn't see at all why Maud was so taken with this guy. For all the... It's interesting that Pinky has this perception flaw, because for all the fourth wall breaking and whatever, you'd think she would be able to see this. And, I mean, Pinky has this fantastic way of viewing the world where she sees the positive side of practically everything. And I mean, it's like her superpower, it's like she just chooses to try and see every situation in the best possible light. And that's awesome that she has the ability to do that, because it's so easy to get sucked into the negative on everything and just have an automatic negative response to everything. I've fallen into that trap countless times myself. So it's awesome to see that somebody can see the positive side of things. But Pinky has a tendency to take it to the extreme, and there's a threshold there where when you cross it, it's like now you're just sugarcoating reality even to yourself and not really seeing things for what they are, and that creates problems because you're not seeing things the way they are. I mean, it's one thing to try and see the good in things, but it's another to completely hide the negative aspects to things that you need to see to be able to appropriately respond to the situation. So this has been kind of a constant, well, not constant, but definitely a repetitive issue for Pinky, where she just kind of has difficulty seeing the world the way it needs to be seen sometimes, and then it ends up coming back to bite her a little bit. Then she gets really depressed about things and whatever, and goes Pinkamena Diampi and whatever. We've seen her kind of go to that extreme before, so it would be nice if she could kind of find that happy medium, like be willing to see the world the way it is sometimes, rather than all the super sugary version of it that she prefers to see. So, and I think really part of the problem is just when it comes to her family, or her sister Maud in particular. She just, obviously she cares for her sister very greatly. They both care for each other a lot. We've seen that countless times in all these past episodes and stuff. But there's just some examples of that all the way back to the first episode, Maud Pie, in season 4. That Pinky was going all out trying to make these rock candy necklaces and stuff. It was a big tradition that they had done. Well, Maud doesn't like rock candy, we learned, but she still kept all the necklaces that Pinky had made for her in this like little treasure box thing as mementos. They had sentimental value for her, but she didn't really care for the actual item itself. It's just more that she cared that Pinky had such a fun time making it for her. And we've seen that throughout the other episodes as well. And basically, Maud doesn't like all this crazy party stuff and whatever. She more or less just tolerates Pinky's exuberance because she cares for Pinky that much. She cares more about seeing Pinky happy than she does about her own self being happy. Basically, like, her happiness isn't seeing her sister happy. So she lets Pinky get away with, doing all the stuff that Pinky thinks Maud is enjoying, but she really isn't. And, you could maybe put a little bit of the fault on Maud for this, for kind of enabling Pinky along these lines. It's not wanting to upset her by telling her the truth about some of this, but I'm not going to point the finger too much at that. It's just, that could have been handled maybe a little bit better, before things got this far. But really, I said it's more on Pinky, I feel like, because I don't know why she is so unable to see Maud. I mean, it's like the picture Pinky had of Maud seems to have been completely opposite of the way that Maud actually is. And I don't know if it's, Pinky just desperately wanted to have a sister who loved parties and everything, or, don't really know. We don't have the full history in there and how it got to this point, how, what led up to this. But whatever the case, there is this big blind spot there. And, and I mean, I'm not even going to say that Pinky is, totally completely at fault in all this stuff. I mean, again, she cares for Maud very deeply, and she saw, because of her perception, she saw Mudbriar as sort of a threat. Like, she thought that Maud was getting kind of tricked into something that she didn't really want to get into, and Pinky was trying to look out for her on that. So, I do appreciate that aspect of it, but again, it was just such an overreaction to everything because of this warped view of reality that Pinky had. So, and again, I want to be careful on pushing this too much, because I really think Pinky had the best intentions in mind, but there definitely was a little bit of selfishness occurring in this. I mean, I can't help but think that the fact that Pinky was, like, refusing to acknowledge the way Maud actually is. Like, Pinky just kept wanting to take all of Maud's time and do all these fun, exciting things and whatever. And she just kind of kept forcing her own personality onto Maud. I would have to go back and rewatch the episodes closely and see if there's any examples of this. But I don't remember a whole lot of situations where Pinky was actually asking Maud, like, hey, what do you want to do? Or do you like that I do this? Or do you want to do this? It's just like she was assuming that Maud liked all of this stuff, so she just kept doing it. So, and that's a trap that a lot of people can get sucked into. People, even with close friends and family, like, you end up doing things that you like, or giving things that you like to this person without thinking, is it something they really like or they really want to do? It is a trap that you can get sucked into easily. I've been there myself many times. So, you really have to stop and think sometimes, like, if I really care about this person, then I need to put my own personal preferences aside and do something that they really want to do. So yeah, I said, a little bit of selfishness on Pinky's side of this too. But, yeah, unfortunately, she had finally had the soul-searching moment out in the farm there, where her sisters kind of laid things out on the line for her and say, look, here's the deal. You need to be able to get past this, this dull exterior and see the inner beauty, basically. And again, it's ironic that Pinky even had to learn this lesson, because she's normally the one who can see the good in people and practically drags it out of them by force. So just with this guy, I think it became a personal thing where, she felt her relationship with Maud was being threatened, and just couldn't find any reason to like the guy. She just wanted him gone. So she had to be willing to put aside her own preconceived notions and, give the guy an honest chance, which she did, and, struck up a little bit of a friendship there. And then she finally also listened. She took his advice. I mean, this is a big deal. She took his suggestion on what Maud actually wanted for a party. You know, I mean, Pinky, the whole time she was saying, you know, I'm the expert on Maud. I've been best friends with her my entire life. Who are you to come in and say what she really likes? But she listened to him, and she took his suggestion, made the dual party thing, which is a great idea, honestly. I mean, that you know, the Town's Ponies got to have their celebration where they could enjoy, you know, celebrate in honor of Maud, but that Maud herself just had the quiet little gathering with close friends and family like she wanted. It was perfect. And then there was even a point in there, too, where Mudbriar called out to Pinky, "See you later," instead of "goodbye." I mean, with the big deal that he made about the distinction between those two phrases at the beginning of the episode, it's pretty clear that that means that he fully expected to see her again. So it's like, you know, clearly there's, you know, they struck a little bit of a friendship there, so we'll see where that goes. Don't know if we're going to see any more of this guy in the future, but I certainly wouldn't mind it. I'll say this. If there's one pony who can actually, you know, make this guy loosen up a little bit, it's Pinky. So I'm hoping a little bit of her joyfulness can, you know, rub off on this guy and make him loosen up and laugh a little bit or something. So we'll see. But yeah, overall, very happy ending to all of this stuff. So yeah, good episode. It really was a good episode. You know, not much action is you know, is character interactions on this one. And I said it's something that Pinky's been struggling with for quite a while. I'm glad to see they finally touched on it. So I'm hoping now, moving forward, Pinky will be a little bit more willing to see, you know, how her overabundance of joyfulness isn't always the most well received by others, you know. And I think she's gotten some, you know, little bits of lessons like that in the past, but this was kind of a real wake-up call for her, I feel like. You know, being such a close thing for her with her sister. So hopefully we see some growth from that going forward. Just a couple things to wrap up on this, a couple of side thoughts. Again, speaking of perception issues, I loved the fact that Mudbriar had this mind palace thing that he was doing. You know, just like, you know, scrolling through these images and things in his mind and stuff. And then and Pinky's reaction following that, go back and watch that. I'm pretty sure that this is like the first time that that some other pony is able to see something that Pinky can't. I mean, normally Pinky's the one who's breaking the fourth wall, seeing the audience and all this crazy stuff, and leaving all the other ponies around her thoroughly confused as to what's going on. It's like the opposite just happened here. Like, he was able to see something that she couldn't, and she was freaking out about it. Just like, whoa, where, huh, what is this? Like, she was so confused. That was awesome. Oh, so that was great. And a completely unrelated thing, Granny Smith's Wax Museum. This is the first we've heard of this. I'm really hoping this is one of those lines of dialogue that's not just thrown in for randomness, but is actually something that's foreshadowing of a future episode. Because I want to know more what that's about. I don't even know why she would have looked for Maud there, but yeah, it's like, what's in this wax museum? Like, when did this come to be? Why have we never heard of it before? And it's like, who all is in there? Who's the wax figurines that are in there? And it's like, if that's Apple family ancestors in there, that could lead to some more fun backstories or something. So, yeah, we'll see if that comes to fruition or not this season. But I guess you can add that to the wish list now. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say about this episode. That's the end of my notes, and it's a really good growth episode for Pinky, quite honestly. And it's a great way to show how Maud is progressing as well, coming out of her shell, you know, little by little and stuff. So I liked it, and yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing this guy again. He's funny. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit annoying, but he's also funny. The way he is, like the way he's just so dry and and humorless and whatever, and so literal. It's actually kind of funny. It's comical frustration, if that's even a thing. So yeah, we'll just have to see in that. But I better wrap this up. Thanks for watching, everyone, and definitely look forward to next week's episode. So until then, later.